Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're talking about the brand new faction for Warhammer. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. Bring harmony to the old world with the armies of the Grand Cathay. So we have a long-awaited brand new army coming to the world of Warhammer, and for a long time they have been rumored to come, and they're finally on their way. And I gotta say, this is the first thing that has got me legitimately excited for Warhammer the Old World since its revival. The threat of chaos looms from the northern waste as the internecine fighting consumes the empire of man. The other forces of order are beleaguered, locked into their own battles with the orcs and goblins rampaging and the beastmen's gray-haired swell. It's a desperate time, and the world needs a bulwark against evil to bring back balance. Who better to take up the mantle than the ancient empire ruled by the immortal dragons? Alright, so we got a little video right here, but we're going to take a look at the full article. Grand Cathay is the realm of the celestial dragon emperor Zhen Yang, an immortal who has ruled over 5,000 years. The nation follows the philosophies and the teachings of the emperor to the letter, living and battling with profound sense of harmony in all things. With the old world in a period of upheaval, Grand Cathay has dispatched an army to help beat back the darkness, and what a sight it is to behold. The first completely new faction released for Warhammer the Old World. Alright, so here we see Grand Cathay Battalion, so a brand new battalion for a brand new army coming to Warhammer the Old World. So here we can see 3 units of infantry, and then we have 2 support pieces or heavy guns, and then 2 units of cavalry, and all brand new models. Like every other faction in the old world, Grand Cathay receives a battalion box containing 50 plastic miniatures. This balanced core of 30 Jade Warriors can be deployed as 2 units of 15 or 3 units of 10. They are supported by 10 Jade Lancers who can be split into 2 units of 5 with full commands. Then there are 2 artillery pieces which can be built as either the Cathayan Grand Cannon or a fire rain rocket battery with crew. Alright, so first we have the Jade Warriors. Jade Warriors are the core of the standing armies of Grand Cathay. Equipped with the fine weapons and armor, they are named for the stone sacred to the Dragon Emperor, and they represent the implacable nature of the Empire, wielding hand weapons and shields or halberds with elegant crescent blades. They are the immovable wall on which the enemies of the Celestial Dragon break. So we got a brand new kit right here, absolutely beautiful models, beautiful paint job. I love the look and style of these, and then we can see they have their spears, and then they also have the options for their combat weapons and shields. And next we have the Jade Lancers. Exceptional warriors recruited from the ranks of the Jade Warriors. These swift, heavy cavalry are trained to fight within the narrow alleyways, bridges, and tunnels of their home kingdoms. They are thus terrifying when let loose on the open field with their long Cathayan lances. So again, beautiful models right here. I like the overall shape and look of the shields, the intricate bits of detail added to them, the neck protection of their armor, the plumes on their heads, just absolutely beautiful models. Super cool. The overall look and style of these is nothing we've seen before, and they are definitely a standout army. And next we have the Cathayan Grand Cannon. The forges of Nan-Gao are constantly at work, and the Cathayan Grand Cannons are some of the finest work. Crafted to look like roaring dragons, they belt flaming cannonballs straight and true into enemy ranks. So again, I just love the idea of this. The giant dragon head with the cannon sticking out of it looks awesome. The ogre who's actually working the cannon, and then the rest of the crew. And then of course, what's better than cannonballs? Flaming cannonballs. And then alternatively, you can build the Fire Rain Rocket Battery. The Fire Rain Rocket Battery is less accurate than the Grand Cannon, launching a hail of deadly explosions that sow ruin, and crewed by skilled disciples from the House of Smoke and Powder. But that's not all. What else do the armies of Grand Cathay have in their arsenal? So again, just super cool. The dragon head, the rockets coming out of here, the actual character of the individual models, and we can see the different options, not only for the actual weapon battery itself, but also for the crew. Absolutely stunning miniatures. And next we have Shugengan, Lord of the Great Spirit Longma. Over the years, the Celestial Dragon and his children have sired a great many descendants. These are the Shugengan Lords, mortals touched with just a little of their sire's power. Warrior generals who proudly lead from the front, masters of martial arts and the elemental wings of magic. They sometimes ride the Great Spirit Longma, majestic creatures with savage iron talons and crown of horns. So we've got a brand new type of creature here. We've got an awesome rider on top, beautiful weapon, beautiful overall just look and style here. We see a really nice tactical rock. We have some awesome armor. We have some actual awesome new creature with scales, and then the mythical kind of mustache on the creature. Very cool. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. And then we have the Gate Masters of the Celestial Cities. The Jade Warriors garrisons are commanded by Gate Masters of the Celestial Cities. veterans who must have served at least a decade to earn a chance of promotion. They are experts in defense, gauging the lay of the land ahead of battle, and enacting the will of the Lord Magistrates, who trust these learned warriors above all others. So we have the standard on foot, and then of course we also have the mounted warrior. Very, very cool. And next we have the Sky Lantern. So again, just completely unique model right here, and you can tell this thing is absolutely huge by the size of the crew inside of it. Few of the Celestial Dragon's forces are as ingenious as the Sky Lanterns. Dirigibles held aloft by a fabulously decorated paper that sits above a caged vermilion warbird, and steered by crew riding an armored gondola. So very cool, very unique, definitely love this thing. And then here we got a close-up and some of the optionalities of it. From this lofty vantage point, the magistrate observes the battle, using flags and banners to signal enemy movements to generals below, and provide artillery with instructions to fire without line of sight. When foes venture too close, pairs of crane gunners snipe at them while the crew drops incendiary bombs. Just so much character right here. You see like the massive thing and it looks cool, and then you zoom in and see the absolute detail inside. Very, very nice. And next we have the Cathayan Sentinel. Born of the dragon's mastery of the elemental winds, Cathayan Sentinels are towering statues fashioned to look like great warriors. Travelers in Grand Cathay may notice them inert, dotted around cities of standing guard over bridges. Legend tells that they are remnants of the once vast army created by the Dragon Emperor in the distant past when chaos threatened the Grand Cathay before. So definitely awesome right here. We have like the double-faced halberd. Beautiful just overall look and style here. I love the armor. I love the face. Just really, really cool and loaded with detail. The kind of cracks in the stone. Absolutely awesome. And just enough color to like kind of give it an extra little bit of detail with the random gems and like the stuff wrapped around its legs. Sentinels are constructed from materials such as terracotta, jade, and even volatile warpstone, with each material affording different properties. They are silent observers until roused, while they are monstrous combatants of unstoppable force. So here we can see some like different options here, and then of course a different paint job. I love that they can be made of different materials and will have different properties in game as well. And then of course to go along with all the new models, we have the Arcane Journal Armies of Grand Cathay. We've only touched on the in-depth background contained in the Arcane Journal. Armies of Grand Cathay, a 48-page book that paints detailed pictures of the immortal empire and the alliances that bind it in the nations of the old world. Inside, you'll also find rules for the Armies of Grand Cathay, including their unique special rules, magic items, armory, and the twin magical lores of Yin and Yang. And as if that wasn't enough, we have Miao Ying, the Storm Dragon. So beautiful double model kit right here. We have her like human-esque form, and then of course her dragon form as well. Super dynamic. I love the use of the rocks here, where we have like the figure floating in one, and then we have the dragon in like a super agile pose kind of ripping through the others. No lesser personage than the Supreme Matriarch of Nan-Gao has made the perilous journey to the old world to lead the forces of Grand Cathay against the evil forces of evil. The eldest living daughter of the Dragon Emperor, the Castellan of the Great Bastion, has guarded the northern provinces of Grand Cathay against chaos incursions and marauding hobgoblins for many centuries. Yet, with the threat mounting, she finds herself at the head of the expedition to a strange land. So very, very cool. I love the purple, the metallics on the armor, the overall look and style, just absolutely amazing for this army. Something completely different than we've ever seen from Games Workshop, and definitely breathing some fresh air into the old world. A warrior and sorcerer of consummate power, the Storm Dragon assumes two forms in battle. A human crackling with arcane energy and a noble dragon to strike terror in the black hearts of the foe. Perhaps now she will be able to restore balance to the old world. Stay tuned for a series of Old World almanacs that will go into further detail on these warriors of balance and harmony, as well as the beastmen and wood elves. So very, very cool. Here we have a close-up and different angle of the actual dragon, and then of course of the sorceress. Absolutely amazing models. Absolutely love this range, and I've got to say this is the first thing that has gotten me legitimately excited about the old world since its release. While I do like the nostalgia and bringing back a lot of the old stuff from my childhood, and a game that I played hundreds of times for thousands of hours, it was definitely cool seeing a lot of the old miniatures, but for most of it, that's where it kind of stopped for me. But I think this army, a brand new faction, brand new models, all in plastic, this has got me legitimately excited about the old world, and this is the first thing that actually makes me want to start buying, collecting, painting, and playing. But we'll see how that fleshes out with this upcoming reveal. Let me know what you're most excited about. Are you looking forward to playing with a new army, playing against a new army? Are you going to be picking up any of these models just to paint? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I am legitimately excited for Warhammer the Old World. And I'm out of here.